In the world of internet, it's easy to go online and book your own vacation, but the experience and the knowledge that we have.
With me, you're not going to get the typical John Thompson, Michael Aaron lesson. You're going to get a lesson that is catered to you.
When you walk or you bike among these monuments, you just have this feeling exhilarating with all the beauty surrounding you as well, like you're touching the sets of a movie.
Hello, I'm Brittany Ungano. Welcome to Carpe Diem, where we seize the day at Montclair State University. Thank you for joining us in the Dumont Television Center. At Carpe Diem, our job is to inform, entertain, and educate on various topics of interest. Our productions are created solely by the advanced television students here on campus. Each student was responsible to produce and edit their own packages. And now, on to our stories. This piece focuses on music. Jamie Ryder Costello was born and raised in New Jersey and chased her dreams. A musician from a young age, Jamie studied music professionally and went on to teach at several schools before opening her own in Bayonne. Open now since 2007, Jamie's music triumphs over the economy with a unique style of teaching and the diverse musicians under its roof.
Music is everywhere. Music is in a brook. Music is in the termites nibbling on the wood. Music emanates from the church bells. It emanates from our souls. It's inbred within us. It's the words that cannot be spoken. You know how we have these thoughts in our brains and we speak, and sometimes what we say doesn't convey how we really feel. I think that we were designed to create music to actually show people how we truly feel. I don't know about you, but I express myself better when I'm playing than when I'm actually using words.
Jamie's music is located on 1054 Avenue C in Bayonne, New Jersey. She has over 10 years of private and studio teaching experience and opened her business in January of 2007.
I've been playing for 6 years now. Well, I started playing with my dad's keyboard that he bought in 1999 before I was born, and he decided to take me to Jamie's music. She arranges the songs for me. She caters to her customers.
Don't use this, use that. Got it? Strong. Yeah! Don't be afraid of my piano.
Well, she has a wonderful personality that she engages her students so well. You know, it makes you want to be around her, and she makes it fun. And if you like certain music, you can suggest it to her, and she'll personally arrange the song. It sounds much better than the arrangements you might get out of a songbook. She always says that I have, you know, sheet music, but I wrote it out by hand myself, so you really get a personalized experience with her.
So ready?
The recession still hit small businesses hard, and Jamie was finding it difficult to find new students.
I really didn't have a problem with getting students. I was booking up my teachers. The recession didn't really hit us until a year after. And that's when the students started to go away. So what I did was, I have a set price, and this is still till today, but I work with you. If you can't pay me what my set price is, I'll work with you. Still have trouble finding students. I'm doing fine personally. It's hard for me to book up my teachers because of this recession. But if there's any message that I'd like to convey, is that we're about the kids. We're about the kids learning, and I'm willing to work with you.
Jamie herself has over 40 students. Her teachers, however, struggle to keep it around 10. Some of the programs offered at her school include piano, voice, guitar, bass, drums and percussion, and even kinder music.
Other schools, I think, they rely more upon that lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3 kind of thing, where we really cater it to what they're doing. I would want my students to walk away from a lesson or a series of lessons with confidence to play music and confidence to write music.
So kinder music is a way for kids to learn music at an early age, especially involving them with basic beats, also sound recognition, voice command, and dancing as well, trying to get them, influenced by music in a way that they probably weren't influenced before. Most kids have an idea of what music is, but it's better to put them in the right direction. And this way, with kinder music, we'll have them establish a foundation so they can build upon further music learning in the future.
This is my boy. His name is Thomas, but I call him Tommy. And he came to me. He was actually with another vocal teacher who was very, very good. And I heard the potential in him, and I kept on thinking to myself, oh my God, if she would just take the key up, I know he has this gorgeous voice. Due to college, she had to leave the studio. So I took over teaching Thomas voice. And I told Thomas, I said, we're going to take these songs and we're going to put it into your range.
Taking out that time to know a person and their talents is something that is bigger than teaching them the basics that come from a method book. And she's able to do that.
I can't see anybody leaving. A student that comes in here or anyone that walks through the door, as more people know about Jamie's music, I mean, everyone that walks in the store, I don't know how they cannot see the magic of this place. She's not selling anything except music lessons. There's no pressure here. There's no counter of things you feel pressure to buy. Sells nothing except for music.
My dream was to give the opportunity for musicians like me a job, and I'm not able to give them the students. And that's what breaks my heart. That's my failure, is that I want to take care of musicians that have studied their whole life, and I haven't been able to do that. With me, you're not going to get the typical John Thompson, Michael Aaron lesson. You're going to get a lesson that is catered to you. I believe that we will get on the map and that I will be able to hire teachers. I have a big building. I can create more rooms. I would like to see 300 people come in and out of this place. I'd like to have a staff of 10 people, and I can foresee that happening in the next 5 years. I believe it.
Despite the economy, Jamie continues to foster a love for music in students both young and old by creating a multifunctional space for teaching, practicing, and even painting. Jamie welcomes all forms of art. Having picked out her staff carefully, all with degrees in either music, teaching, or both, she has surrounded herself with a staff of similar style and approach. A small, successful business is rare, and a thriving music school is uncommon. This musician proves that the most difficult of dreams can be accomplished with ingenuity and passion. We'll be back.
Did you know that 60 to 70% of the processed foods we buy in the U.S. have genetically modified ingredients, or GMOs? Did you also know that 88% of corn and 94% of soy grown in the U.S. is genetically modified? Did you know that genetically modified foods can be harmful to your body and to the environment? But you have the right to know what's in your food, and non-GMOproject.org can help you make informed decisions about buying your groceries. It's as simple as looking for the Non-GMO Project Verified label. This label means that this product has been verified to contain no genetically modified ingredients. Visit non-GMOproject.org to find out more information about why you should choose non-GMO certified products and where to find them.
Welcome back. Have you got a knack for traveling but think that travel agencies aren't worth it? This next segment will make you think again. Many travelers today choose to book their trips using an online booking website, but the business of travel agencies is still very much alive. Classic Travel, a family-owned business and located in Wallington, New Jersey, is proof of just that. Having been in business since 1984, all members of the Classic Travel family share a true love for what they do and pass on to every client they work with. Mike, my hair chick, shares the ways the use of the internet has impacted his family's business and explains why you should use a travel agent to book your next trip. Enjoy.
The whole point of travel, you want to get the best bang for your buck. Those people who book online, I understand it's easy, but you could be overwhelmed with deals. Try giving a reputable agent a call and you might be really satisfied. So Classic Travel is really unique because we're like a hybrid, we're a blend between just a regular travel agency and a tour operator. Because we own and operate our own tours all around the world, we put together these authentic, unique group experiences, small groups anywhere from 12 to 25 people. And it's great because you get a bunch of like-minded individuals together in a group and everyone's there to see something new and different and experience it. And together as a group, it's just a really great time.
The possibilities are endless when booking with a travel agent. They've been to almost every destination you can imagine and are more than willing to share their experiences with their clients. It's something you simply cannot replace by booking your trip online.
We are in the world of internet, and it's easy to go online and book your own vacation. But the experience and the knowledge that we have, it's irreplaceable.
I landed in St. Thomas and I took a ferry, this ferry here. Then I went to the bay, met the guide. We basically took the catamaran out all around here and then went down and did you can see the rest of the Caribbean here. Went all the way down to St. Lucia, and then we flew out from there.
Most of us, we travel firsthand. I mean, this is what we do for a living. We love it, we're passionate. So we've been to a lot of these destinations. So, we tell you, okay, check out this restaurant or this bar, or this club, or, there's a lot of cool things to do. You definitely got to check out the Stonehenge when you're in England, or you got to check out, Colca Canyon when you're in Peru. You get a lot of these personal recommendations, which are also amazing. I mean, that could make or break your trip too.
When there's a trip like a very memorable one, something that you want to be very special, that you might only have one shot at because of funding or whatever, you want to go through a travel agent because they have the experience and they know what to show you when you're there. So if there's certain things you want to see, you can tell us and we will tell you what else there is to see. A great example is Peru. We've been doing trips there for many years. We have over, I think we've done over 40 trips there. Our main guide, Jurek, has been there over 50 times, so he knows it like the back of his hand. So whenever people go, they go with him, and the reviews are always amazing.
It started as a small ethnic agency and then grew to international operation. And I'm proud to say that now that me and my husband and now our sons involved in the business are doing better than ever. In those years, there was no internet and no websites, no competition of that nature.
When you're booking online, not always do you know what's included in the deal because there's a lot of fine print. Sometimes you end up buying something and you're like, wait, it doesn't include this, this, and that, and I just paid this much. A lot of people don't realize it, but you're sitting online and you're doing the research because you're going to invest a few $1,000s or whatever it is. It's a lot of money. And they end up spending hours of their day or a few days to book a simple vacation when they could contact a reputable agent and they could book it for them the same deal, maybe even a better price or the same price, in a matter of hours.
Think you're safe booking your trip online? Think again. Pete shares with us why you shouldn't trust everything you read on the internet.
Other thing with online trips is that people say, you know, I'll just go online and I'll find the spots because I'll look at reviews, I'll look at Yelp, I'll look at TripAdvisor or whatever. And what we've found is that reports have come out that people have been faking the reviews and posting fakes. And now you don't get accurate information and you might be, you know, heading into tourist traps and not seeing what you want or just getting ripped off.
There is so many things that we know that ordinary people don't think about when planning. And that is so important as well.
People book something online and then they go and like, this is not what the room looked like on the internet, you know, the pictures. Whereas the agent could show you real pictures that they were there firsthand.
We have experience with these countries. We know what people want to see, what they're happy seeing. And based on reviews, you know, people are always happy when they go on our trips.
Traveling to a new destination is always exciting, but it can also be worrisome. Travel agents take the worry out of your trip and help you along every step of the way.
When you're in a pickle, whether you lose your luggage, your flight's delayed, or you end up in the hotel sold out somehow, you call your agent, they'll take care of it with a phone call.
A lot of people get into traps unnecessary, and they book non-refundable tickets where they cannot cancel, or rebooking is very expensive.
Regardless whether you book through us or through Expedia, it's the same price, but with us you get the value behind it. And sometimes we can even get upgrades because we work with the suppliers and the hotels. So there really are enormous benefits. We also have insight into exclusive deals sometimes that you can't find online.
Throughout the years, there were moments when I felt that there was a competition, but right now I don't see computers, websites, and all the technology that it's a competition to me.
When you want to book a trip like no other, clearly booking with an agent is the way to go.
Clearly, you see the benefits of booking your travel with an agent. Classic Travel and all of their employees truly have a passion for what they do. Hopefully, their business will continue to enrich the lives of all their clients. If you would like more information on Classic Travel, visit their website at www.classictravel.com or search for them on Facebook. We'll return after this.
Hey Bill, what's wrong?
So stupid, Latasha. I went to a party last night and I had unprotected sex with some strange woman.
Oh my God.
And the worst part is, I may have an STD.
That's very serious, Bill. What are you gonna do about it?
I don't know. What can I do about it?
Dude, why don't you go to University Health Center?
The health center? Where?
Located in the back of Blanton Hall, the health center is completely confidential and can test you for all types of sexually transmitted diseases, including HIV. All you have to do is set up an appointment.
I'm on it.
So?
I'm clean.
Since 1982, Tony's Kitchen in Montclair has been serving the community hot, nutritious meals regardless of circumstances. Through the generosity of others, Tony's Kitchen offers lunch on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Lunch is prepared by volunteers who make everything from salad to onion soup. Volunteers serve the guest and make sure everyone leaves with a smile and full stomach. Lunch is a time to laugh, share stories, and connect with people in the community. The volunteers at Tony's Kitchen uplift your heart, mind, and soul.
Welcome back. Do you enjoy traveling? Are you a student? Study abroad programs are wonderful experiences for traveling and visiting other cultures. Here at Montclair State, I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to travel to another country. I studied abroad in Florence for 30 days with my fellow classmates. Florence is a well-known tourist location. Aside from typical sights to see and places to go, I wanted to know what it is like to deal with tourists on a daily basis. Mainly, I wanted to find out what it's like to be a local and what their everyday routine consists of. In this next segment, called Local Life, I'll bring you the inside scoop of what's really going on in Florence with the help of some new friends I met on our trip. Italy is a beautiful place full of historic sites, amazing architecture, fantastic food, and all kinds of tourist attractions to enjoy. I'm Brittany Ungano, a Montclair State student studying abroad in Florence. During my stay, I was curious to find out how the locals live. I spent some time talking to 3 natives who really helped me out. Antonio Artese is a Tuscan native and Florentine resident. I asked him what he loved most about the city.
When you walk or you bike among these monuments, you just have this feeling exhilarating with all the beauty surrounding you. It's like touching the sets of a movie. I think this is the most beautiful thing that Florence can offer, including biking over the Arno River and over those bridges at sunset. That's absolutely incredible. I tend to avoid those clusters of people just walking and not even bumping into you, not even knowing where they're going, but they're just following one flag, and then you get this incredible crowd, in the Palazzo Vecchio, Piazza della Signoria, or in front of the church and the Duomo. It's kind of annoying sometimes, but I know that this is a necessary evil in Florence because most of the economic activities are based on tourism.
I asked Antonio if he thinks it's true that Florentines live behind closed doors in order to escape the crowds.
I can use a metaphor for the Florentine society. It's like tasting a slice of a cake. So you have the bottom line, which is the crust, and then you have the filling, and then you have the frost on top. The frost are tourists. They're very fluffy and on top, but very superficial thing. Then there is another layer of where the resident, for a while. So you have students, workers that temporarily live in Florence. And then there is the crust and the bottom line, which is the harder thing and more flavorful, which basically is, the people who live here. But in order to have a glimpse of and a flavor of the city itself, you need to cut a slice which has all the 3 components.
I wanted to know where I can find the crust or community of Florence. Antonio suggested I visit the Casa del Popolo.
So the Casa del Popolo is a place that is owned by the people. So they organize a whole bunch of social activities. They have recreational things, but they also have cultural debates. They have politically engaged activity. They do some sport. They support each other. They promote courses from Tai Chi to gymnastics for the elderly. They read poems together, or they have the Sagra della Birra, the beer fest with the beer and barbecue. Especially in Florence, many people are very, very much attached to the Fiorentina team. The viola, so the purple color. The city is unbelievably involved in this, so they have a stadium filled with purple shirts. I think that's also part of the culture of the city. It's the main sport.
Now, if you think locals are heavily into soccer, they are even more passionate about their food. Serena Giorgi took me to the Sant'Ambrogio market to talk about how people like to shop and eat.
In this area, they shop daily. They come, like every day and buy fresh products here. And you can notice that the fruits and the vegetables displayed are all seasonal. People developed a way of cooking based on their climate and based on what you could raise. So if in northern Italy they eat dishes with more butter, it makes sense because it's colder and because they don't have olive trees. So their way of cooking was influenced by that. While here in Tuscany we have olive trees, so we cook with more extra virgin olive oil than in the north. There are a lot of typical dishes. The typical Italian breakfast is with sweets. So you have a coffee, or coffee and milk, or if you go to the bar, you have a cappuccino, and then something sweet, a pastry.
The regular meal in Italy now, well, it's always pasta or risotto or something like that with meat or fish and contorno, so a side dish. Wine culture in Italy is embedded with society, with food. The concept of food and wine go along. Tuscany being one of the places where actually the best wines can be found. I'm talking about the Chianti Classico. Tuscany is one of the outstanding regions in the world for wine production, winemaking.
I couldn't help but notice how sweets are really important here. Serena gave me the lowdown on what Florentines typically have for dessert.
Well, we have tiramisu, which I hope you tried because it's very good. You have some hard biscuits called biscotti di prato that you dip into the holy wine. We like gelato very much.
Piccolo cone con caramello e cinnamon.
I wanted to know about the local nightlife, so I met with Christina Infantino to find out how I can have an evening out like the Florentines.
At nighttime, what a normal person would do, like in their 20s or 30s, would probably go and have an aperitivo, which is like a drink with some food with it. And that's about 8 p.m., so it's kind of a late meal.
I also wanted to know about the local late night scene.
San Nicolò area in general, so there are quite a few bars, also the area of Sant'Ambrogio. Florence is working a lot also on bringing back the idea of the square, of the piazza, as a place to meet up. It's really important for us as Florentines to have a meeting point. It's like a bit like home-like feeling.
With the help of my new friends, Florence began to feel like my home too. The time my group and I spent here was amazing. Studying in a different culture was such a rich and rewarding experience. From all of us at MSU in Florence, ciao, arrivederci. From the food, to the architecture, to the wine, Italy is a sight to see. I thoroughly enjoyed my time there, and considering I was a resident, I didn't necessarily feel like a tourist. I highly recommend traveling any chance you get. Even if you don't get the chance to travel to other countries, we live right next to one of the most populated places in our country, New York City. If you want to know how locals live, take a ride to New York City to find out. That's it for today's show. If you would like more information about this or any other Carpe Diem, you can call us on the number on your screen or write us at carpediem@mail.montclair.edu. I'm Brittany Ungano. Thank you for watching.